Back at the Meadowlands, and half of the field loaded, ready for their mile and a 16th journey on this ribbon of dirt racetrack on a beautiful evening here, just a few moments from the concrete canyons of Manhattan. I can see the Empire State Building and a Chrysler Building from my booth. I can also see Danzig Connection moving into line. Danzig Connection is a generous 4-1. The favorite right now is the 10-horse Groovy at 2, and Stormcat, that beautifully bred horse that Chris McCarron rides, is at 3-1. And we got a couple 99-1 shots. Mr. Spiffy and Dunsany. The 12-horse Magambo that Pete takes a fancy to is at 5-1 in the wagering here. The assistant starters getting ready to move Mr. Classic, and look how small he is compared with the other horses, if you can see the comparison there. And that's Murray Guerin's charge. Here comes Groovy, the favorite, into line. He's acting pretty good. Then we have Navy Admiral and Magambo. Navy Admiral, the beautiful gray here by Mr. Prospector. One more to go, and then we'll be set for the Young America 1985. Have we got some future classic winners in here? Well, we'll find out. And we'll find out, we're going to find out if Magambo wants to go into the starting gate. Angel Cordero Jr., who last week flew over to England and won a couple races over there, jumped back across the pond on the Concord and won again at Belmont. Now we're all in line, and nope, we're not yet. As you can see, Magambo is having a bit of trouble, but that makes a dozen in the starting gate right now. They're all in line. We're ready for the start. And they're off. Mr. Spiffy stumbled a bit at the start, but there on the outside goes Groovy up to take command quickly with Stormcat on the inside, right at the rail in second. Middle of the racetrack, that's Danzig Connection. In second now, Stormcat at the rail is third. Then comes Hey Now Harry, racing fourth by a length. With Sovereign down on the outside, fifth, 3 parts of a length. Navy Admiral is sixth along the inside by 2. Magambo is seventh at this point. It's a gap of 6 lengths back to Mr. Classic. Then between horses, Mr. Spiffy, Raja's Revenge on the outside, 2 back Dunsany, and far back, another Romeo is the trailer. The 12 continue down the backstretch with Groovy, the front runner, enjoying a 2.5 length advantage, and Danzig Connection stalks the leader from the second spot by 2. Then Stormcat racing third, and at the rail, Hey Now Harry is fourth. 22 and 4 the quarter, the half in 46 seconds as they journey to the far turn. And it's Groovy in front every step of the way, now leading it by 1 length, but here comes Danzig Connection, and on the outside, Stormcat, 3 of them across the track as they come to the quarter pole. On the inside, Groovy, between horses, Danzig Connection, Stormcat on the outside. Those 3 across the track now. It's Danzig Connection. Pat Day aboard, taking command 3 parts of a length. Stormcat and Chris McCarron alongside to challenge, and down the stretch they come. Danzig Connection at the rail. Stormcat on the outside. Stormcat now with a short lead. Danzig Connection at the rail. Magambo is flying in third. Here's the wire, and here's the winner. Oh, too tight to call. Stormcat and Danzig Connection bobbing of the heads at the end of the mile and a 16th in the Young America. The time on the board, 1 minute 43 and 3/5 seconds, and they'll wait for the photo, Chris.
All right, thank you, Dave. That 1:43 and 3, by the way, just 3/5 of a second off of the stakes record, set in 79 and again equaled in 80 of 1:43. The track record, by the way, by a Robert Brennan horse in 84 was 1:40 and 3. So a very fast race, Pete Axel, at a mile and a 16th for these young 2-year-olds.
Well, these are nice horses. None of them may be Ojijian, who looks like the favorite for the Breeders' Cup and the championship, but these are good horses. They ran a tremendous competitive race, and they're legitimate horses. Stormcat has had his problems drifting in and out. He did a little of that tonight, but he still ran his race. Danzig Connection just ran his heart out like a Woody Stevens horse you would expect. And, of course, Magambo came up on the inside, and story of my life, I bet him in exactas, and he got third.
Well, Charlie, can you make anything out of it as we look at the stretch run again?
Well, Chris, it was as exciting a stretch run as you'll ever want to see. I I don't know how you can separate the two of them at the finish. As they came through the stretch, Mogambo had a rough trip along the inside, but it was Groovy who'd given way after setting the early fractions, and Danzig Connection, who'd lain closer than probably trainer Woody Stevens had expected, wearing those blinkers. He showed a bit more speed. He looked like a winner, but don't give up on Stormcat, because here he comes. He collars Danzig Connection, and the two of them really fight it out. And Mogambo, who had a rough trip around the first turn and a rough drive through the stretch, he's closing awfully fast, and the three of them come to the wire together. It looks to me as though Stormcat wound up getting it by a bob, but it was a tremendous effort on all three of these finishers. Chris?
Well, Chelsea thinks it's the 3-horse. You see him right there. It's 3, 8, and 12 across the way. And there is, by the way, still a photo sign. No numbers up on the board. They're taking a close look at the photo. Pete, let's make a quick comment of yours here about the split times for this race. They really got off to a quick start.
It was a brisk pace, very honestly run race. Groovy went out and set a very honest pace. I was particularly impressed with Danzig Connection, even though I don't believe he won it, although we have to wait for the photo. But he pressed the pace, made a great effort, and Stormcat is a very genuine horse. We talked about Stormbird before the race, and this is a good sire, and he's getting championship caliber horses.
1:43 and 3 the time. A little sprinkle of rain starts. The photo sign glows in red. As yet, there is no win placing show on the board. We'll try to give you the numbers when we come back to the Young America after this local break on ESPN. 380. The 8-horse second, Danzig Connection, paid $440 and $320. And then Mogambo, Pete's horse, the show price of $320. An exacta of $3.8. Returned $39.20 there. As you look at the rest of it, Rajo's Revenge, that's a very impressive performance. Groovy the favorite, finishing back there, you see it 5th. Mr. Classic, then Sovereign Dawn, Dunsany, Another Romeo, Hey Now Harry, Mr. Spiffy.